that sperm was not from a bank. That was from a man. So you can't get away from a man. If you want to have a baby, you got to come near us. Is that right? So why, sister, you going to try to live without us? Even though we messed up. And you wish you could, but you just can't. God just fixed it that way. So help us to make better men. I'm going to get off that subject. Here's the virgin. The virgin actually is symbolic of a people. Remember when I said Mary and his mother? Mary and Jesus and his mother a sign? A sign of what? You remember what I said Wednesday night? That Jesus had brothers? In the book of Mark, he had brothers, 6 of them. Is that right? Mary only had 1. How did he have brothers? Because Joseph had other children. Notice what Paul said. He's the seed of David according to the flesh, but declared to be the Son of God according to the Spirit of holiness. So what made him the Son of God had nothing to do with his flesh body. It had everything to do with his mind and the wisdom that he taught. Do you understand? Because only God can give you that kind of wisdom. It does not come from your mother. That kind of spirit, it does not come from your father. That's a gift only from God. So your mother can't claim you. Mothers don't claim prophets. Fathers don't say, I made him. Because my mother and your mother, when you get into the divine, your mother can't claim you. She did the best she could to give you the food, whether it's divine or non-divine. But it is only God that can touch your heart and make you believe and then act on the principles of that belief. So in that sense, all who are divine are fathered of God in the divine sense. But here is the mystery. The mystery is that you and I are a virgin people. As a virgin is a woman that has not known a man. Any people who have not had an intercourse with God cannot bring up new life from themselves. So the white man, like Mary's father, kept anybody away from us that could impregnate us with a new idea different from the idea of the slave master. He was like a father guarding a daughter that's pretty and don't want nobody to get to his daughter, so he stops them at the border. Who are you coming to see? And if they came from Africa, he said, don't go among those savages. They will hurt you. Stay away from them. So he tried to keep us away from our African brothers and sisters and them away from us. Anybody that has knowledge, how many of them come from Africa and the Middle East and try to teach you? Even when Brother Ahmed Deedat came, he don't come to no black people.
No, sir. Talk about it. No, sir.
With all that he knows, he don't come to impart it to you. The Indians keep him among their own kind and try to get him to talk to white people.
That's right.
They ain't got no respect or love for you. You a virgin. And every time one of us went away and had a relationship and came back pregnant with a new idea, he saw it immediately. Marcus Garvey went away to England and met with Deuce Muhammad. Notice the name, Muhammad. And got fired up and came back to Jamaica.
That's it.
And began his quest for the black man. All of a sudden, he had a new idea. And because he was pregnant with a new idea, we don't want him to make the rest of us pregnant, so we isolate him. But they were not watching. He came up out of Jamaica and slipped into America, looking for Booker T. Washington. And when he got the appointment, Booker T, I think, had died. So the Honorable Marcus Garvey began to preach, and when white folks looked around, he had nearly 5 million people under his banner, and they were frightened because that's not their nigger. That's not the nigger that I made. Listen to me. When you're in the South and an uppity nigger drive in with a fine car in a southern rural town, white folks will come out and say, "What you doing here? What you doing here?" You be careful what you say to our Negroes. Notice the possessive pronoun. Our Negroes. But that's all we've been, is their niggers. They're Negroes and they're black people. They own you, nigger. That's why you wear their name. You, Mr. Johnson,
All right,
Jones and Walker,
all right.
and Roundtree, and Bulletproof. Sadie Hawkins, that's not your name. And white folks' names. Why he give you his name? He own you. And he acts like he own you. Go to work for him, he looks at you.